You see the Earth from space, and it's this beautiful translucent blue globe. When you see it in dark, you see how humanity has reached its tentacles all over the world. Cities that eat it up, species, the forests, natural resources.
We see it on television and we read it in the paper about the ice melting.
The Arctic tundra melting, permafrost melting. People think 2 to 3 degrees isn't very much, but the difference between now and the last ice age was only a difference of
3, 4,
5 degrees. 2 degrees and you get the world's coral reefs disappearing.
Aeroplanes are one of the big polluters. They're one of the big emitters of greenhouse gases.
The first thing with aeroplanes is to start taxing aviation fuel.
But who's going to tell them?
Will we expect to see more rainfall in the UK? Well, we expect there actually to be wetter conditions in winter, but also drier conditions in summer.
Britain will sort of get smaller and smaller, the beaches will disappear.
The summer 2003, the UK maximum record temperature was broken. This was unprecedented.
According to the World Health Organization, climate change is responsible for 160,000 deaths a year.
By sort of 2040, we would expect that summers like 2003 would in fact be the norm.
But is this written in stone, as it were? I mean, could it change?
You don't know, do you?
But there's a recent study which predicts that 1 million of the world's land species could be extinct by 2050.
You only need a change of a few degrees for the rainforest to start to become savanna.
We have a representation of the Amazon rainforest. When we start to increase the greenhouse gases, when we get to about 2050, that rainforest dies.
That brings the temperature even higher, and you start getting into all sorts of problems where production of food becomes very, very difficult.
That will start to bring up a lot of radical issues, because the dry tropics are the areas of poverty in the world. The major issues to do with famine, war, trade inequities, the rise of fundamentalism, drought, use of and misuse of water.
It would crack. It would be so dry.
On Earth at the moment, petrol is how long we've got left, say about 200 to 250 years. Once it's run out, what we're going to run on?
In the short term, wind turbines, and also biomass, which is burning crops within our power station.
We ought to be trying to get energy from above the atmosphere and then find a way of bringing it down to Earth, because it's pretty limitless up there, electrical energy from the sun.
People are going to turn from looking at old compressed plants, which is what our oil and coal reserves are, and using that up as a finite resource, to looking at living plants as generators of products.
Biodiesel's great. Biodiesel rocks. It's like, you can't get the stuff.
It isn't just low emissions that are important to us. People also want their energy at a reasonable price. And we can't do that with renewables at the moment.
It's interesting, this new report, there's like offshore wind is already cheaper than both nuclear and coal.
Unless the government put their feet down and change things around, life won't be any better.